Right. Hello, leaders. Can I ask you to unmute yourselves, please? Remember, this is an open mic. Hello.
Evo.
Hi, leaders. Hi, leaders.
Yeah, Wanjani.
Kanjani, my leader.
Happy.
And thanks for making the time to be here. Very busy. Other leaders, can I kindly ask you to unmute yourselves, please? Leader Matota and Absalom.
Morning, lady. Morning, leader.
Good morning. How are you?
No, I'm all right.
Hello, Leader Veron. Are you good? We're missing you here. Where are you, my leader? Leader Veron. We're missing you. You are here. That's great. You are here today. Yes. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for being with us. All right. Good morning, Leader Absalom. Do you mind unmuting yourself a bit? Okay. Mr. Hama is having some issues with his okay. Okay, let's start, leaders. I hope you know who we are. Okay, I'm hoping Leader Zota will be able to join us today, unless if she's too busy. But nonetheless, let me share my screen. What's going on here? Okay. All right. I don't know, maybe it's because we had to move the meeting to late, 1 hour later, but nonetheless, just want to apologize. My computer crashed on me today, so that is why I had to move it out a bit. But welcome everybody that's here. Okay. Every leader, I just want to recognize those that are here. Mr. Hama, I hope you will be able to join us very soon. You're battling with your internet there. Absalom and Mjali Madota. Absalom, do you mind unmuting yourself, my leader? This is an open mic session. Okay, but while we wait for you, anyway, my name is Yvonne Karisho, and I'm your host today, and Leader Zamokwake Pategile, aka Baby Leader. Are you gonna be Baby Leader again this year, my leader? I hope so. All right, my name is Yvonne Karisho. I'm a student of life, and I'm the office manager here in Senton, Orange. So we are hoping to see people coming in numbers because there's a lot to share today. But without wasting any more time, just bear in mind, I'm going to ask each and every person that's coming in to please unmute themselves, right? Because this is an open mic. We are not teaching as such. We'll just give guidance, and we are here to give some updates also. All right. Right. Thanks. And welcome, Mr. Hama now. Finally, you are in. Just try to, you and Pax. Okay, Pax has connected their audio. All right. I was just saying to those that are here that today is an open mic session. We want to be engaging with you, not teaching today, because we do a lot of teaching during the week. So today is an open mic. There's a lot that happened in the past 24 hours or more. So we would just want to bring you up to speed with what's happening. First, I will welcome my leader, Zamo. Zamo Kwake, are you ready, my leader? I asked him to be kind and share the updates with us today. So hopefully he is able, he's available and is able to give us the news, because there were some meetings that we were attending yesterday, and I believe you guys have also attended the meetings. Those that are not on Telegram group, please do subscribe to this Telegram group. It's important because these things actually do they do that affect you directly, because you are investors, remember. So we need you to be up to date with everything that's happening. I'm not able to open that Telegram, unfortunately, but nonetheless, Leader Zamo, do you want to just give us some news as to what's happening inside the company, some updates, and I will add on if there's anything that's missing. Leader Zamo?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Johnny, how are you? How
We
are
are
you
good.
today?
We are good, Leader. How are you?
I am good. Later, when it goes to updates, the updates for other sense or the updates for the company. Everything.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Yes, sir. Everything. Let's start from wherever you are comfortable. And then I will add on also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I will do, we share the updates for the one that I'm allowed to share, and I won't share that I'm not allowed to share, you see. So when it comes to the company, there's a lot of changes, but for now, they told us that we must wait a clip bit before we share. So some information. So when people are here, they must understand that there's a lot of updates that is coming. But with the Evercent, I think everything is good with Evercent. And the Evercent, we are pushing it. We push Evercent until it goes to IPO. Now what is happening in the company? The company is doing something that is amazing now. We take one project and send it to IPO. So with the Evercent product that we are doing, we work it and we send it to IPO. So what I can say about this project, people, they must start buying this token as much as they can, because it's the first time that we get something that we will push this project until it reach IPO. Why we are pushing this project? We want to push one company to go to the stage and leave it and come back and take another company again. So, because as you know that we are a diverse company, Evorich is the marketing company. We don't own the companies. We partner with the company, we promote the companies. Most people, they must understand that we don't own the companies, we promote the companies. What is the best thing that we do as us? What is the best thing that Evorich is providing to people? Everyone who want us to promote the company, make sure that you give us some certain token. You don't give us shares, you don't give us money alone. Most companies give you commission, which is this one you can understand. We don't get commission alone. We also get tokens which represent the shares of the company. It is so amazing. Why? We are not like network marketing. We don't rely on anything, because if you get commission, what happens if I'm no longer good at promoting? What will happen if I'm no longer good at promoting? What I will eat, you see? So when the company with us, make sure that it will give us the best option. Will give us the best option, will give us the best things to promote. So the Evorich product is already there. So now what is left is that we are also waiting for a shipping product to come to South Africa. We are also waiting for a shipping product to come to South Africa. So South Africa it's supposed to be here in South Africa soon, because next month supposed to start seeing some good results of the shipping, because once the shipping is here, it will be easy to do a business. But for CRU, the CRU, we're in the right track. I can advise people to buy CRU as much as they can, because what is happening here, once the CRU is starting to get to enter different exchange, it means now it starts to be seen more investors, you see. So more people seeing the CRU, and they will start to learn about it. When they learn about it, they will see the reason, the need to buy it, you see, because they find out the supply is small, they find out the supply, you can burn it, you see, all those things, because whatever is happening, converting CRU to where CRU doesn't stop, because it's happening in the blockchain, you see. It doesn't stop because it's happening in the blockchain. Whatever is happening now because of these things, but the converting doesn't stop. What is the powerful things? Most people want to understand the CRU thing. Once the CRU is reaching some certain price, the more CRU is becoming expensive, the cheaper it's become to convert to what? To where CRU. The more CRU become cheaper, the expensive it's become to convert to CRU. If the CRU can reach $3, $4, you don't need even to wait for 2024 to convert it. You can convert it because it's becoming, if it can reach $2, it means 50, 50, it means to convert can be maybe 1 cent, you see. The more CRU is becoming cheaper, it's becoming expensive, the more it's become cheaper to convert, yes. So the Evorich token, what is happening here, I want to move this thing, because now there's a lot of changes that I'm not allowed to talk about it, but there's a lot of exchanges that my exchanges are coming. But when it comes to Evorich, we are secured about Evorich. That's why these people, if they are smart, they're supposed to buy Evorich as much as they can, because this company is managing Dubai in Dubai. It means it's under Dubai. You see, all these sanctions things that you see, we relax about it. It's under Dubai, which is the same thing apply with the Skyway project, which is the previous project, is under Dubai. That's why there's nothing that people can worry about it, because it's under Arab government, you see. So what is happening now with this project of Evorich is that people, they must start buying as much as they can, because the first time hearing them says we take one company and push it to reach some certain stage, then we come back and collect another one and push it. So Evorich is lucky because we take it to IPO. We will also have, because I can share this, we'll also have a new CEO soon, but that thing which will be announced, that will be announced by leaders. So what that will be announced by leaders. But what I mean, I can emphasize to people, please, don't make the mistake of not buying Evorich. Don't make a mistake of not buying an Evorich. Why? Because I understand now what is the concept, and as we are leaders, we go to the meetings where most people are not allowed to enter those meetings. So we hear information first, then we come and help you with those information. You see? What I can tell you, it is when we say, just trust us. We are not here to mislead people. We are here to help everyone to reach a certain goal. I used to tell this thing, most people, when we are in a concept of helping them, they think we are want to rob them. When I was telling people to buy CRO as much as they can, they think I was robbing them, and I was helping them. You see, when you help someone, because they're not used to people who want to help them. If you are not used to people who want to help you, you will end up someone who wants to help you scamming you. I remember another day I was in an ATM. I told people, guys, I have this man. You are here to deposit. I'm here. You are here to withdraw. I'm here to deposit. Take this money and send the money to me. Why this man coming? Why this man is coming? Why this man is coming? Why this man is coming? You see, because when you want to help people to make things easier for them, they think you want to rob them. You see, they think you want to rob them. When we say buy as much as you can, ever said, I'm doing the same thing. I'm buying as much as I can, so that when I show you, I told you buy as much as you can, and then you see mine and you see yours. You are older than me. You have the power to buy more, but you refuse because you thought I'm robbing you when I'm saying I'm helping you. Now I'm benefiting, and you are complaining. Once we enter more exchange, it means the CRO now we are fighting. Next exchange is coming as people they see less is always announcing. What is happening? The more community looking at our CRU, it means the CRU price will shoot up. Once the CRU price shoots up, how many you have? My question, how many you are holding? We are holding with CRU. Most people, they did the same mistake of converting all the CRU to with CRU. I remember some people who have almost 300,000 token, they wanted to convert again. I said, no, leave it, don't convert it. Why? There is something that you can do. CRU is becoming a liquid now. It's a liquid cash now. It means you can do whatever when you are hungry, you can go for it. You see, because there is a lot of platform where we can sell it. That is what is happening when you want to see this. So there will be more small delays on the West CRU because of what? Of the war that is happening in Russia. Because remember, our CRU is a Russian. So America will do whatever it takes to sabotage the business of Russia, Russian business people. So we must be careful. And our CEO is aware of that. Is aware of that. That's why you will see a lot of changes coming to the next meetings. But some changes I'm not allowed to say it here. Why? Because they told us, no, this information is for us for now. But it's so amazing. As you see that we list the CRU to the next exchange soon. L Bank, why are we listing this CRU? Let me tell you one thing. We are only 800,000. 800,000 who knows this CRU alone. When you go to an next exchange, there is now let's say we go to Alcon Trade. How many people who are using Alcon Trade? This means more people see the token they want to buy. The more token enter different exchange, it means now it's seen by more people. Our CRU now is not more than 3 million people because of what? Of the exchange we entered. So that means if they start buying it, it means the coin is going up because some people, they will learn about it, they buy. Some people, they don't buy just because someone is talking about the coin. They do their own research. What is special about this coin? This coin is stakeable, and this coin can convert it to digital shares, which is what CRU. You see, the reason they can buy it. You see, you must have a reason to do something. You see, when I do some trade, some people teach me, why did you take the trade? You must come up with a reason. Why did you take this? You see, everything you do, you must come up with a reason. Why did you take this? Why do you buy this coin? You will tell me the history of this coin, tell me how this coin works. You see, because everything you do in life, once you have a reason why you are doing it, it will become easily, and everyone will stop doing unnecessary things. Even when you ask, why did you hit this man? You see, why did you get drunk like this? You see, all those questions. One people that have the reason of doing things, it's become easy for us, and it becomes easy for the business. Okay, what is the questions? What is the future for Sierra in this case? Because there was a company combination. Okay, what is the okay? When it's come to West Sierra, remember, is digital shares. There is nothing that can happen to West Sierra because in the digital shares, a digital shares is backed by assets, is not backed by people. So the digital shares will continue to grow as it is, but there will be a delay as you see what is happening. The American, they want to freeze all the investment that are coming from where? Are coming from Russia. So that's why you see some changes in the company. You see some changes in the company soon. Yet I'm not allowed to talk about it. But the future of what? Of West Seattle is secured, especially for us who are not in America. Who are not in America, we are covered. People who can have a problem are those people who stay in US. But for us who are not in America, we are covered.
Okay, I also want to add on this. For those that are following the news or those that are paying attention to the updates in the groups, this was sent yesterday after the meeting. So it reads thus: results of tonight's webinar isn't like yesterday afternoon. Consequences of the war are starting to kick in, okay? The war between Ukraine and Russia. So there will be a shift in strategy, especially for WCRU. L-Bank in April will list CRU tokens, maybe the 2nd or the 3rd week of April. So here's, excuse me, here is the article about it, okay? So CRU in L-Bank soon. What is L-Bank and what is the turnover of L-Bank? L-Bank, it has over what? 1 billion in 24 hours. You see, $1 billion in terms of trades in 24 hours. That's L-Bank. And this is L-Bank if you want to check it out. Okay, I'll send it on the chat. I'm still coming back to the updates, okay? Yeah. All right. So after listing on L-Bank, you can enter CoinCo and CoinMarketCap. This is the next.
L-Bank is more than in 24 hours. I'm a trader for now 1 billion francs.
Yes.
L-Bank.
Yes, L-Bank.
1 billion francs.
Okay. After listing on L-Bank, we are going to enter CoinCo, CoinEco, and CoinMarketCap. So do you see what's happening, like Leader Zamo was saying? The strategy. Okay, sorry, Leader Zamo. I had to mute you for a sec. So after listing there, we are going to go to CoinMarketCap and excuse me, CoinMarketCap is obviously the front end system of everything, of all the cryptocurrencies in the world. So we didn't rush the process, which is great, okay? So we are doing it step by step, okay? Then US sanctions on Russia are really targeting Russians, okay? We know we are a Russian company, Evorich. We know Andrei is a Russian guy, right? So they're targeting all the Russians who have businesses in the US. Which business do we have in US? We are having SEC. We are registered with SEC in terms of UGPay, right? So we, since SEC is in America, we will collaborate with Bob Company. Bob Company is that Bob Coin. Given this war situation, Bob's community is growing by 100,000 people a month. So how many people do we grow in our own average community via CRU? It's far less than 100,000 a month, okay? So we want to pair ourselves with very influential initiatives, projects, people, etc., so that we can grow our community. If CRU and UNTB have no problem, WCRU will have a change of strategy due to this war situation. 12% awarded is given as dividend, meaning from last year, whatever we made in profit bonus, we are going to award 12% of that towards the dividends, okay? So while unlocking, WCRU is on hold. Remember, it was 365 days plus 30 days unlocking period. Unfortunately, due to the world situation, it is on hold for now while reviewing new situation and strategy. Here is the highlights of results from tonight's webinar at 8 p.m. Yeah, so these were the highlights, okay? So this is very important that you take note and you update your team members also, okay? And then I saw somewhere in Evos, I think I have done this also. I have forwarded this to you guys. Evosend program. Evosend program, where is that? Yeah. So this tells you a bit about Evosend, right? What is it? So it explains to you what our business is. Our business model is multi-level crowd investing via Evorich, right? So we have now introduced a new program called Evosend, okay? Which it's launched in the new ecosystem using this model MLCI. You understand what new is, we understand what Evosend is, and we also understand what MLCI is, right? So you want to get started. Why? Because number one, there's a couple of things that you need to look at, okay? This is an NFT token that is being given to you or awarded to you for participating. You don't want to lose out. If you understand what an NFT is, you will not hesitate. If you understand that the supply is far less, it's like 20 times less from that of CRU, you will take advantage of it now. You don't want to be left behind, okay? Participate. So there is only a week left before the transition to the second stage of the project development Evosend. So each transition carries less and less opportunities. So you don't want to be left out, okay? So you go to this back office and you're going to be buying your product. So they had to move it out by a week because it was supposed to have finished on the 24th, okay? So there's only 1 week left. So let's see, 1 week from now, maybe by the end of the month, next week, Thursday, it will be the very last stage of stage one. I mean, the very last day for stage one. So if you're going to not participate within this period, you'll move to stage two, and that's it. Thank you, Leader Zamo, for the updates. Truly appreciate. I don't know if there's anything that I have left here, but other than that, today at 2 p.m., now the time is 11:30. There's gonna be MLCI Business Forum. In case you don't understand what MLCI is, it's a company meeting, right? It's a webinar, it's a training session for you. Go and learn about it. It's a free MLCI online conference, okay? And that's the meeting link. Here's the meeting link. Please do attend it, because I know a lot of people do not understand what these things are. Do register and attend. Go and learn what MLCI is. Let it be broken down to you, because a lot of people are lost. They are scattered in their understanding of the business. So this is your time to learn what MLCI is. Connect the dots. MLCI, what is MLCI? What is new? How does everything fit together? Why are we doing Evosend? Why did we do CRU, crypto unit program, etc.? All right. So now I'm going to move to the questions. I saw some questions here. Tate Khama asked, what is the link between Evosend tokens and CRUs? Which advantage has over the other? There's no link between the two because they are not alike. CRU is a blockchain token, okay? It's value-based. Evosend token is an NFT. It will become an NFT. For now, it's a bonus point in your back office, okay? It's not yet a physical token. When it becomes a physical token, it will become an NFT, okay? So NFT, it's like it cannot be as volatile as a value-based token, and you cannot copy it. A lot of tokens out there, a lot of coins out there have been copied. They've been faked, in other words. You understand? So you cannot fake something that's real. So this one belongs to a real company, which is Evorich. Therefore, it cannot be faked. So advantage over the other, I will say they serve different purposes. They both have this different kinds of special values to them. So I cannot say the other one is better than the other. Obviously, CRU came in first, so it will succeed first before Evorich, okay? Then the second question is, what is the future if WCRU in this case, because there was a campaign to convert CRUs to WCRU and now is don't convert your CRUs. I think Leader Zamo has answered this in a nutshell in what he was saying. Then he said, don't you think USA may sanction all other countries involved in Russian businesses links? We don't know. We can't tell you this. This is a political question, but it's something to think about, but we don't know what they are planning. We do not know what's in their plan in terms of what their roadmap is. Obviously, there's a plan to execute the sanctions. We don't know, but for now, what we know is that they are targeting Russian business people. Okay, Donald, you are asking how to calculate 12% dividend. I don't know how it's going to be calculated. I cannot tell you how it's calculated because it's a algorithm. It's a systematic calculation. So they take in 12% of what the company has made. So if the company has made 100,000, as an example, they take in 12% of 100,000 and distributing it amongst all the holders of WCRU, according to how much you have. So I cannot tell you how much that will be. Nobody knows. I don't know if I managed to answer all your questions. Is there any other question? Please do unmute yourself and let us have a chat. Appreciate all the questions so far. Leader Zamo, is there anything I left out?
No, Leader, no.
Okay, Mr. Khama, please unmute yourself. I acknowledge your hand.
Thank you. I think I'm just making a follow-up, because being what I am, I have a serious interest on what is going on in Ukraine as a policeman. You see, in one of the speeches, the USA president made a comment that they will sanction and deal with anybody that is dealing, who will tend to start cooperating with the United States. I know maybe what they would do is just trying to reduce on support to those countries, than really cutting them off in business deals. Except I don't know, like you did allude to, we just have to, to expect anything. But I think we have confidence on our leaders, from the years of being since 2019, I think our leaders are doing everything possible so that our company actually stays afloat. So I've got great hope anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for that input. And also I can just add on to say that, we should look at all the companies that we have so far, the businesses. They're not in just one country. They're not all in Russia. They're not all in the United States. They are scattered because we are a global company. So Switzerland, that's where our global unit pay is. Estonia is where Unitex is. What else? Evorich obviously is Russia. Then Academy of a Private Investor is Russia. But it's online anyway. What else, guys? NDE, sorry, it's in Spain. Was it Italy? And UGain is in Italy. Evercent is in Spain. You see, so we are kind of like scattered. We are all over the globe. So the beautiful thing about our business is that if one gets attacked, we still have another one to hold on to. Right? So depending on what comes out, what breaks out of this whole thing, we will capitalize on what we have. Other companies don't have that privilege that we are having. So we are kind of like, we've covered ourselves in a way that, you know, a lot of companies haven't been able to cover themselves. They don't know how to protect their businesses. If they get attacked on this place, it's the end of it. So that's the beauty about our business. Mr. Khama, yes.
Yeah, I just want clarity. When you go to the CRIU Evocent back office, you discover that, you know, the Evocent tokens that I bought are added with the, you know, the CRIU's units that I have. So that's where I base my question as, is it one and the same thing? If you click on portfolio there, under that back office, you know, you find that these two are added as one.
No, they're not added as one. They are separated. They will tell you on the crypto unit, they will tell you how many you bought under the crypto unit program. And then underneath, it will be Evercent. It will tell you how many you have bought. So they are not combined.
But if you check down there now, they have added the CRIU that you have and the Evercent, and then they give you the total.
Yeah, but they're not one. It's not the same thing. It cannot be the same thing because they are different. Oh, that's why your question. Now I understand.
That's where my question was.
No, they are not the same. They are different. Okay. I can show you now. Let me just get into the back office. So you were saying that they are combined. They can just give you a total. There's just to show you that, remember, these are MLCI initiatives. So maybe they're basing their total on how much confidence do you have on these initiatives. I hope you understand what it means. So, but nonetheless, crypto unit program, as you can see on this particular thing, this person they didn't buy into it. They just acquired. Maybe it was just buying at the time a small package. Maybe they didn't even finish the installments or whatever the case may be. But on Evercent, that's the amount and that's it. So they combine the two, but they are separated. Do you see? It's just a total to say the confidence, your level of confidence in the projects that we are using, that we are engaging in.
Maybe a follow-up question now on the Evercent tokens.
Yeah.
Would there be an opportunity at some time, if I have enough of them, that I can maybe send as a gift to my family, to my children and the like?
I'm sure you, yeah, just like how CRU was executed, you were able to send it from one wallet to another, right? So the same thing is going to happen, but I'm sure there's going to be that freezing point of 365 days also. I'm sure it will apply.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other question? Let me see on the chats. All right. It was just Donald that he's covered. All right. Any other person that's here, guys? Let's have a chat. It's not going to be a long one by the look of things, the way I'm seeing things. Don't be shy. There's no stupid question. There's no clever question. We are all learning. It's a learning process. You can never stop learning. Mr. Donald, you may unmute yourself, sir.
Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, leaders. Actually, my question is, I want to check with you if when they say they are shifting everything on WCRU, that means the price of WCRU July 1, it won't be $10. That's only my question. Thank you.
Okay. Look, I just want to answer this very short and sweet. Is Donald still here? Has he left? Okay, he's still here. Okay, let me answer it short and sweet, guys. If everything went well, remember this CRU, and let me say WCRU is our security token, right? So we have full control over it. And who is managing it? UG Pay Group, right? So we are the ones that are able to do like conduct an audit on all our global investment portfolio and determine what is the suitable price and how are we performing as a company on all these entities and give it a price. Okay. So now, unfortunately, with what's happening, we are not able to proceed with that process for the next couple of months until the dust settles. The thing that I want to emphasize more on is that all those prices that you saw, those are projections. What are projections? Look, when you're having a project that you are executing, you always have like that vision that you want to achieve such and such by a certain time. The same way as if you were working, I'm sure your employer does ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? That's a projection that you are having for yourself. You need to set goals on how to achieve that, right? There's no guarantee that you will reach all of them. You understand what I'm saying? The same way as every single year, people will write their New Year's resolution. You understand? But in business, there's something called projections. You are projecting that you want your project to have reached 1, 2, 3 by this time. Things can happen, the same thing as what's happening right now. So it forces us to take a back seat, wait for the dust to settle, and then we can change a strategy altogether. We might not meet that target of $10. It was a projection. It was not a guarantee. We might not meet it. We might meet it, depending on what strategy are we going to execute going forward. I don't know if I'm making sense. It will all depend on what are we going to do with the WCRU going forward. If we succeed in what we are doing, what we are trying to strategize now, we might meet it, we might even exceed it, or we might not, we might just stay where we are, and that's it. So there's no clear cut as to what is the next step. The leaders are working tirelessly day and night to figure out how to go forward, if you understand what I'm saying. I hope I've answered your question, Donald.
I got it. Thank you, my leader. No, I got it.
You're welcome. All right. Welcome, Panu. Is he here or has he just left? Okay. Anyway, Ntatem Charlie, I see you've unmuted yourself. Do you want to say something? Welcome to the presentation, sir.
Morning, leader. Okay, my question, I don't know whether we are supposed to talk more about this thing of Bob, since it was something at the closed meeting. But my question is, if we combine with Bob, the dividends of monthly, is it still going to be the same, or maybe there will be a change on that?
Okay.
And because
sorry, carry on.
Because Bob has got his own way of doing things, like those bikes that he do. I mean, like making loans for the people, and in our side there were no loans. So are we maybe going to give Bob more money to continue with the project that he's having? And then at the end of the day, is Bob will be under us, or we are now under him in a way? And is there any changes that will maybe at the end of the day will affect us, as we know from the start of the business that how it's going to be done up until now? Okay, fine, there's changes of these wars and things. But are we still on the same procedure like we agreed maybe 2019 up until now? That was my question.
Okay, so your question, if for those that are with me with us, but maybe it's not clear, what he's asking is, are we still on the right track with executing WCRU? The plans haven't changed. We still are going to be receiving our own dividends from the ecosystem of new, right? Because that's where our WCRU is based in terms of dividends. I just want to correct you also on the dividends. It's not a monthly thing. The dividends for now, because we haven't made enough money inside the entities, right? Each entity has to make money. We cannot just rely on one entity and expect these much dividends, right? Or we can expect the dividends, but they cannot be monthly because we are not necessarily meeting the targets, okay? So the 12% is based on last year's targets, not this year. For now, it's yearly. And it makes perfect sense because I have not seen a company as small as ours, because we are starting these companies from scratch. I have not seen a small company as small as ours paying dividends every month when they are not well established. We are still in our crawling stages, right? We are still babies and we are growing together. So once we have met that stage where we are now matured, we can then now start increasing the frequency of the dividends payment. It could be every 6 months. Then as we go along, then we go back to every 3 months, every quarter. Then when we are like now well established, then we can start talking about monthly dividends. I just wanted to cover that and clarify. Now, in terms of Bob, the reason why we are partnering, we are not partnering, we are not giving, he's not dominating, he's not dominating, and so are we. So it's a 50-50 split, okay? So we are just partnering, we are kind of like shadowing him. Why are we doing that? The same way as we are doing with CRU, the CRU tokens. Ne? We are shadowing these exchanges, these most, like choosing strategically which exchanges are we partnering with, are we listing with, the ones that are more dominant on CoinMarketCap. So we are taking almost the same route with Bob, because it's not easy to, it hasn't been easy anywhere with anywhere in the world where people will start an STO and they will succeed. They were always crashed. So we were one of the first successful ones until now, with the Russian wars and everything, right? So we are not necessarily giving in to him, and neither is he giving in to us. Because Bob has got over 100,000 participants, he's acquiring more clients every single month, more than us. So we are kind of like strategizing to partner and shadow him. Why are we doing that? So that we can also introduce his people to our projects. When they come to our projects, that means a lot will take place. Number one, they will start seeing our business for what it is. We have a lot of businesses, and these businesses need to be fed with some revenue. So we've got things that we are offering. We've got the CRU, which is our the blockchain token, right? So and UNTB, right? So these will be listed in those exchanges. The influential, they will start knowing about our tokens on the exchanges on CoinMarketCap, right? Then they will also start learning about our businesses in the ecosystem. When they start learning about our business, because it's some things that Bob is not providing to them, but we are having this solution for them that they might need. When they start buying into global unit pay, as an example, because they most probably don't have a crypto card or a spending card, which we have. You understand what I'm saying? So they start buying ours, and then when global unit pay is making money, then we are starting to do what? To generate income or revenue for this particular entity. Then they start learning about other cryptocurrencies that we are having. They start learning about Eversense. They start learning about Ugain. They start learning about all these other things, right, that we are having inside our business. Now, when they start buying into our businesses, that helps us in our WCRU, in our dividends, because that will never go away. So their community can work with us to help our ecosystem to grow. And when the ecosystem is generating money, then that now counts towards our dividends. Bob pays his people according to the Bob coin, the holders of Bob coin. That's a separate thing. If you are interested and you want to buy it as an average person, you can now also start getting involved and buying and acquiring some Bob coins, and he will pay you according to whatever projects that he's running. I hope that's making sense, and I have managed to cover it in detail. Are you happy, sir?
No, I'm covered.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Leila. Thanks.
Thanks. Mr. Hama, you had your hand up. I'm not sure if there was something that you wanted to add.
Actually, I've covered everything. I simply wanted to add that I think there's no time I heard Andre saying our CRI will be $10. That was a projection, an anticipation.
Yeah.
That his, I mean, monthly dividends, rather. I'm talking about monthly dividends. I think his desire was that maybe, we end up having monthly or weekly dividends. That's what over time as the project grows.
Yeah.
Not specific.
Not
that
now.
was his,
still too premature. Yeah, for that.
At the end of the full maturity of the project, you should be paying monthly dividend. Remember the new economic evolution of the world. I think from the little knowledge that I have, it was designed in anticipation that the industry would be taken over by robots and automation. And then people will lose a lot of incomes. Now, to protect people's loss of income, because if that happens, if people are laid off from these industries, they will be on the street doing nothing. So, you expect civil strike. So to protect people against that, the same people that are laid off can invest into this industry so that they have income monthly as if they were employed, while they are doing other things. So, there's what they call the concept of globalization. Globalization is an opportunity that you don't have to go to these, well-to-do countries for greener pastures, like we say in Africa. But you can actually digitally participate in these, thriving economies while you're at home. So what Andre helped us is the direct foreign investment at the individual and the family level, which is always done at company levels. But you as an individual, as a family, you're able to invest abroad and bring back Forex back home, except the concept is still being grown. And one day we'll reach there.
Yes.
I think when I was reading the white book, I think the concept is projected for a period of 10 years, 10 years to 20, 30 years. So we should not limit ourselves to now. Let our projection be 30 years from now. They will not have BP. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your input, and it's very valid. Points taken. I hope we are learning from others, from each other. There's people that are positioned somewhere where we don't have that information, and we are just, learning from each other as we're going. Leader Zamo, you can unmute yourself and let Leader Veron speak.
Yes, my leader, how are you?
How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing very well. Yes, I just want to add a value or asking one question and maybe you will have a clarity for all people. Can't the company try to push the project of Evercent so that at least we will have something that is making people happy during the process? Because now I can see that everything is going to be slow. And if they can focus on Evercent so that we can have something that we are positive about, although we have these obstacles, we have to focus on them, and we have something that is moving, because that will be okay. I think that will make it will give us the opportunity to also to add community on board, because the company, I am sure, they also need fund. We also operating, we need also fund. So we need something that we're going to be active and focus on while they still sorting out the UGPay groups things, so that we can, Evercent can be distributed to people. I think they must quicken this area of starter pack and delivering these things to people, so that we can work can continue and new people can see, so that new people won't be affected by the negative impact that is caused by a US brutality military attack in Ukraine and the Russia response because of NATO expansion, which is a bad thing as well, because all the war is created by NATO to attack Russia, and Russia responded quicker. And it's economically war, actually, because there are a lot of sanctions. We see detentions that are happening in Russian assets. So we're also looking at those things. So I think Evercent is not affected with that. So we can carry on distributing this Evercent. This is what is available in our hands, while other part of the business is still on the debate, on the table. We can carry on doing Evercent.
Yes, leader, I totally agree with you on that one. It's something that can be raised as part of the leadership council, or if you've got access to the likes of Miller or Armand, I think we can address it with them, because they are kind of like the decision makers at the end of the day. We have that authority to speak to. I mean, it's something, for me, it also makes sense what you're saying, because it's not really impacted in any way. The only thing that maybe, if Andre was a signatory inside Evercent, that it would have an impact, but it doesn't. So we need to carry on with it, because it's something our people believe in tangible things. Like Evercent is tangible. Any other thing, okay, global unit pay in terms of the card is the only tangible thing there. Other than that, it's a bank account. It's not tangible as such. It's beneficial to somebody, but it's not tangible. But Evercent should be endorsed more, and we need to kind of like focus on it and establish it the same way as we established a crypto unit program and everything that's within the ecosystem. So we gave it time, we gave it a couple of years, not hopping around. I totally agree with you on not confusing the scope and not be kind of like, we are kind of like what's the right word to use? We are kind of like in a state where we are unstable because of the external factors, right? We need to stabilize ourselves inside in terms of executing and moving with something that's movable. The perfumes are not directly impacted by what's happening. The people understand the concept, and it's being fed to the people each and every day. So I don't think that it should be put on hold in case that's what they want to do. Although I heard them talking about other things, they talked about NDE and whatever. Perhaps they saw it as a potential to rescue the danger of this thing that may impact WCRU. Because remember, WCRU inside NDE is used as a collateral. So they're kind of like trying to save it before it's too late. Maybe they're speaking from that angle. But if we also convince them that perhaps it's still premature. Let it be the way, whatever strategy that you are trying to do, consider stability, being stable in one project so that we do not confuse the people. So I'm in total agreement with you on that, but we do not have the full reasons behind why they are saying whatever they are saying. Perhaps it's something that can be raised in the next leadership council.
Yvonne, remember we started to sell CRU in 2019, and suddenly the CEO decided to create World CRU, to shift from CRU. CRU is made utility token, and World CRU was security token. And if you convert, you agree to the new terms of waiting for 13 months, and that 13 months is the end now, and we still have excuse, which makes us to be on the disadvantaged side in terms of community. In terms of community, because community do not know what is happening in the world, or in terms of external forces that are taking place, and we will have to have something to explain and have a proper explanation, because now this is still on leaders. No community is not yet knowing what is happening, and they expect that at least from April, because we are almost 12 months, some people have completed 12 months, we are in the 13th month now, as April is hitting in, and the people expect that they can, and the agreement is they will be able to sell some little bit of their portfolio, like 100 units of the world CRU, and they can get something. That is not going to happen, because this is putting everything on pause until further notice. So let us now focus on the perfume. At least remember, we bought a starter pack. I bought a starter pack for many people here in KZN. I remember I bought it, but it was November, and now is March. We haven't received those packs, those travel packs. And they were in the emails, they promised that you will receive a tracking code within 15 days. Is not happening. This empty words is not helping us, because we keep on buying something that we don't get, and that is also making us not to know what to present when we're presenting to people, because at the end of the day, people want to see if at least we can have something that is happening in the company that can fulfill the promise they've been laying down. So that will be also a better sign of that we are going somewhere, although we are in crisis, but there must be something on the table that is showing that we are delivering now. We start to deliver what we promised. Not everything we put on pause, whatever we promise is going not to work for in South African population.
My leader, thank you for all your concerns. They are noted. However, I can still say that you are part of the Leadership Council, and I believe you are speaking all these frustrations because you have people to serve, and that's great. It's good that you are asking these questions. However, you are also in a level where you can address them directly to the company because you are part of the Leadership Council, right, in SA. That's number one. Number two, CRU. The reason the CEO didn't change, I just want to correct you on that one. They didn't change CRU they kind of like, they didn't ditch, because that's how people are seeing it. They didn't ditch the concept of CRU to WCRU because they wanted to. This is what happened, and I believe you know this also. When, hold on, sorry, I'm getting distractions. We had our CRU. Our CRU was supposed to have been the ultimate security token, right?
Yes.
That's what was the plan. Do
Yes.
you remember that our CRU was later on forged? Do you remember
that? But we don't have, we had that, but we don't have a proof for that. But I don't want to put that on the table. We had that. It was Andrew spoke about that. And I don't have a proof for that. But one thing I want now to make sure, we can still endure whatever they do. We can still take. We can still take whatever they can say, but at least because we are a community, we are growing, we have 6 years of anniversary. That is another level. With 6 years anniversary, we're not supposed to have much excuses at this level. We need to at least
I agree
have
with
something
you.
to do that.
I agree with you totally.
We're not taking nothing. We're not other crowdfunding. We have existing companies that we keep on building, and those companies are there. And we need now to focus. At least myself, I've decided now I'm going to focus on promoting Evercent because this is the promising new project, and I can see it. But I will like the company to start shipping the starter packs to Southern Hemisphere.
Yes. Okay. Can I finish what I had started, right? So CRU, let me start with CRU because you had two concerns, right? Major concerns, but your major concern, the bottom line is that we keep promising, but we are not delivering. And then when we are not delivering, we're looking for another strategy, or we hop on to the next project, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's not good. It doesn't give a good image to the company if that's the case, right? But I just wanted to remind you, I know you hear it. I heard you saying you don't have the proof, right? But I saw the proof myself. I saw the proof of CRU being forged. Remember, where the, excuse me, all fakes, there has to be an original somewhere, right? The same way that we are having altcoin, alternative coins on CoinMarketCap, they are all trying to be like Bitcoin. So, but that one, because there obviously are people that are against what we are trying to do. Remember, even in our own community, the WhatsApp groups, the Telegram groups, whatever, it's not all the people that are there that are Evorich community members that have bought into it, okay? There are spices, what? Spies, sorry, there are spies, right? People that are looking for one little thing for our downfall because they are placed everywhere. The current system, the world system, has got eyes and ears everywhere in the world. The people that are ruling the world. Right now with what's happening, it's a retaliation because of what's happening. It's political, but it's a retaliation. That is why they are trying to destroy as much as they can. They do not want to see anybody free. You can work hard, like you have the energy to work hard. Somebody has got the energy to go to work, come back and become an investor in our company. They do not have that energy. They're not doing what we are doing full time, like you and me, right? So they would rather take their money, put it into something that will work for them. But because what we are trying to produce is something that has never been done before. I'm talking about STOs. You can go and do a history of them. It's never been done. It's been done. They have failed many times. Even Facebook has failed because they don't want the people to have that freedom that we are anticipating to have, right? So now, the reason why we switched to World CRU, it was just to beat them at their own game because somebody was used to forge this and destroy the image. And we hit them by surprise when we now established a company. Need to be, for your enemy, to beat your enemy, you always need to be a step ahead of them or 10 steps ahead of them. Otherwise, you'll keep failing and failing. They'll keep beating you, right? So that is why we ended up having WCRU, right? That's WCRU. It's not that they wanted to do it deliberately, but because to try and protect our image, it was like a mitigation, a risk mitigation action that they took, that they had to do. The same way as what's happening now. A lot is at stake. So they are trying to sit down and strategize as to how do we overcome the current situation because a lot is at stake. If they sit back, relax and watch, sit back and fold their arms, everybody has lost because all these things belong to us. It belongs to the people. Do you understand? So as a company, as our leaders, I have faith that they are trying their best. They could take what I would maybe like is for them to engage more with us to hear what our concerns are and what is it. And they can only hear when you voice, when you speak, instead of keeping quiet. You understand? So you and I, Leader Zamo, Leader Snalo, Leader Ntombi, and whoever else, we are in a good position to speak to them directly. And I don't think they will not listen to what you have to say. You understand? You remember the reason why you are in your position is because you have worked hard. You have shown that you've got interest in the company. Evercent, on the other hand, I totally agree with you on that. We all know that I'm not speaking because I'm positioned here. I'm supposed to make the company look good or anything. I have my personal reservations also about everything, right? But I'm also going to give the benefit, right, to say the company is doing their best. Evercent, remember, we are starting it from scratch. The same way as we were starting a crypto unit from scratch. What is it that you received when you did crypto unit? You received education in your back office, but nothing tangible. But you could run with it and tell people about it. So I would urge you to, while we are waiting, it's not like nobody has received their samples. Some people in South Africa have received their samples. It's just that the bigger chunk are still waiting. And we would like for them to fast track the process, if possible, at least if we can get the travel sets. Yeah, speed it up. Yeah, speed it up so that we can have something tangible, because people now, they said, once bitten, twice shy. We have been investing in this company. We haven't had anything tangible. You understand? So the one thing that we can do as leaders is to speak to them directly. Don't even wait, because it's a burning issue. You're conducting presentations every day, but you don't have anything that you are holding, right? You guys are even at an advantage than me, because you guys have got the samples. I don't have the samples, yet I'm preaching about it every single day and everywhere I go. And the people listen. It depends on how you present it to the people. You need to paint it in a way that it makes sense to the people. Don't tell them that we are selling perfumes. No, we are starting a company from scratch. And these are the benefits if you believe in our proof of concept. Paint it like this. I'll give you some tips. Okay, I don't know how you present it, but let me give you some tips that will make sense to people. And everybody in this meeting, if I'm not talking something that's making sense, just put your hand up, right? I personally, how do I present this thing? I always teach people that, you know, in a world, you paint a scenario where people can relate to it, right? Let's not tell people that we are selling tokens. We are not selling tokens, okay? There is a benefit to receive these token points for now until they have been tokenized, okay? We are not selling tokens. It's illegal to say you are selling tokens of something that doesn't exist. It's illegal to say you are selling shares of something that doesn't exist. It's illegal. The same way that I've been preaching about this ever since I got here, to say that you have not bought CRU. You bought education. And with the education, because you believed in the concept of new, you were rewarded with some CRU points in your back office, right? The most important thing is, what is it that you got? Education. The most important that you got was what? You believed in the concept before it came to life. Now we are seeing all these companies, and that makes you a shareholder. Now I'll give you a chance. Wait, you will correct me. Then the other thing, I'm talking about Evercent. When you're starting a business, let's say it's all of us here. How many are we? 13. And we are seeing that there's a need for a certain project that we can execute that's going to benefit all of us. What is it that we are going to do? We are each going to contribute towards the plan, towards the project, isn't it? And we are going to agree amongst ourselves that, look, we want to open a boutique, but we don't have the funds. We don't have a place where we are going to sell our clothes. We don't have the design. Somebody will contribute. Everybody will contribute accordingly, according to what they can offer. So, but then we need to agree up front that you are going to play this role. You are going to, as part of the contributing committee, this is what you are going to get. The benefits of believing in this dream. But somebody came with a dream. It wasn't something that existed before, right? Now, the next step is to start executing the plan. We are planning. Now we start executing the plan. When we execute the plan, it means that things are coming to place. The little that we can get, if we can get a piece of fabric, let's take that piece of fabric and start showing the people. But it doesn't mean that we'll have the piece of fabric up front. We'll have it over time. You understand? But what is it that we are selling to these people is the idea before we can actually have that piece of fabric. Once we have the piece of fabric, then it speeds up the process, and then people start buying into our business because now they're seeing the designs that we are having, they're seeing whatever. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Just be patient with it. I understand you guys just want to run because you are chasing the maxi status. You want to be that president. You want the Lamborghini, you want the Ferrari. These things are going to also be, I'm sure they will also be extended because of everything that hit us right now. There's delays everywhere, right? So we are not going to be selling perfumes if we do not have the perfumes. The thing that I'm totally agreeing with you is that the samples are there. If they can just at least unlock that part and speed up the process, give it to the people so that the people can run. If they are not going to extend the maxi status promotion to December or whatever, then at least give the people the opportunity, something that they are going to be holding. We are not rushing the perfumes, the 75 mils, because they're not going to come to us now. You understand? I don't know if you are still hearing me, my leader. The 75 mils.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay, all right. The 75 mils, we are not going to have them now. I hope that is clear. They're not going to come now. Right.
I know that. I'm aware of that.
So I'm in total agreement with you when you say, let them speed up the process of dispatching the samples, because that's your tool, that's your marketing tool. But let's also try to paint the correct picture to say, this is in an idea generation. The next step is to plan for this idea to come into play. For those that are believing in this thing, let us do it together, because we are still waiting for these things. These things are not coming from South Africa. That is why they are also wanting to bring a plant to South Africa, but they have started already. In where? India. India is the first place that's going to have the first plant, but these things take time. But that is why they are working with Sterling Perfumes to produce at least the samples for us and package them and send them to us. But it's something that we do not have control over. You understand? We do not have full control over it. It's logistics. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of politics around these things because there's some restrictions all over the world. It's things that we do not have control over. But if they try to prioritize it, I agree with you. Things will happen and we'll start moving. That's it. Are you with me, my leader?
Yeah, no, okay, my leader. No, I heard you already spoken a lot. Just one thing I want to clarify, because as I said before, remember, we are almost 6 years. I mean, we're almost 7 years this time. Almost 7 years. We are old enough. We cannot call us a baby now. Maybe
can you maybe explain what you mean by 7 years? Just explain what 7 years is. Maybe I can understand where you are coming from.
Of operation.
Which company specifically is 7 years old?
Evorich.
No, that's not true.
Okay. That's not true. Okay. Okay. Let me put it that side. That one side. We can be a startup, but we need also to grow. We can be a startup.
Yes.
See, I've been working for so many network marketing companies. We cannot keep being kids always. We need to grow so that some people will see what we are doing is growing. You see, that is also helping the company itself to attract company. You don't do a lot for a company, rather the company what is doing. See, you got the right company, you got the wrong people, you're still gonna get the right people anyway to join the company because the company is perfect. Now in this side of perfume, yeah, we're not selling perfume. I agree with you, but they are part of the production process of what we are talking about. It's what people don't want to invest in scams anymore. They want production. Yes. And we don't sell perfume. You are quite 100% right. Everyone. I was doing presentation for so many companies. I was not in selling even insurance company because I was not a broker. Okay. Now, here we have this perfume. When you are purchasing a package, you also get it.
Yes.
There are some small incentive if you look at the packages that come with any package you purchase. See?
Yes.
So you tell me before you were buying a private investor EIPs. Before. Now we are no longer buying EIPs. EIPs are separated, of which that already raised enough funds for us to be a company.
You mean on Evercent? On Evercent, they have brought some parts of the EIP into the program. Those educational packages, they are EIPs. It's the things that people can hold on to for now until they receive their samples.
Yeah, my leader. No problem. No, not that we are not together. It's just because we want to pull.
No, I
if
understand.
we can pull,
understand.
because we don't want it to delay.
Yes, yes.
We can pull the business so that we can know what we are doing this year.
Yeah.
So let us have a proper plan for this year and see what we can accomplish towards the end of the year. Yes. So we want to clarify the confusion so that we can go forward and grow, so that we add this year on the basket. We work. Because we also, for this business to run, I'm telling you, you cannot run if you don't have money. I'm telling you, it's real expensive. You need really to sacrifice a lot in order to run, but you must have a proper plan on the table, what you are going to do in the next month. So you can build your habits on that you are thinking to do on daily basis. So that it will be very important if we can have these packs. I will encourage them to make sure at least toward the end of April, at least 50% of people, they have these packs on their hands. I know perfume will come later, maybe July, August, something like that, because there are a lot of packs that are upfront, need to be delivered to people. Yeah, that is also a very good approach. It will be a very good initiative. It can be successful, launched at a global scale. At a global scale. See, now some people can see we are not kidding. We are moving.
Yeah. Of course. No, I understand you, my leader, and I'm with you 100%. I'm feeling the same frustration as you, right? It's just that I have sat back and I have looked at this thing from a broader perspective, right? So you see that, number one, if you are in my position, you'll understand that even the people that ordered their samples last year, they still haven't received them, right? And of course, we understand that there has been some delays because of the restrictions, border restrictions and all of that. We understand that it has been a problem. But now we have seen things, they are producing, everything is coming together. We are expecting, at least when they send, let them send in a bulk so that they can also save costs. But then they are also distributing to enough people that can take this thing and run with it. So it's very important that we sell it, this concept, the right way, because we are really selling a concept here. It's a business idea. It's going to become this in the future. This is what Evercent is going to be in the future, is what we need to sell to the people. When you believe in it, you buy into it, and these are the things that you can expect. Meantime, while we are waiting to establish ourselves, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I have also these what you call it, the slides. I've actually did the calculations to say, by the time this reaches you, let's say you bought a $300 package. By the time it reaches you, let's anticipate it comes in October, August, September, October, whenever, right? That, because at the time, everything is happening right now. We just had our first Everson director, which is Ntomzodwa. There's gonna be some job opportunities inside Everson. There's gonna be a need to have like retail stores, online stores. All those things require what? Building. We need to build these things. We need to prepare for when the plant starts sending us the ingredients to start mixing for ourselves. We are ready, we are established, but it's not going to be an overnight thing. And then we are going to be getting these bottles coming, shipment at first, until we are established here in South Africa. We are having a factory, we are having franchises and stuff. Then they will send to the franchise meantime while we are waiting for our own plant. When they send to the franchise, we order at the franchise, us. And then we start selling, because the company will be owing me a bottle or 2 bottles or 4 bottles, whatever the case may be. I take my own 1 bottle, I sell it at the retail price to somebody that needs it. What is it that I need? All I need is the samples. I don't even need the 75 ml for myself, because what will make me rich, it's not the bottle, but it is the samples, because the samples will speak for me, and that's it. And then I'll be able to acquire a lot of people via the samples. So I'm in 100% total agreement that at least if they can try and prioritize the shipment of the samples, then we should be able to move and build and grow. But I think other parts of the world are also experiencing the same frustration. They just want to move. They want to move, but this time they don't want to be beaten twice, right? Once beaten, twice shy. They don't want to be selling something that they cannot touch, because now people have lost confidence apparently because of the things that they have experienced in the past. But then nonetheless, thank you, Leader Veron. Thanks for your input and thanks for raising all of this. I don't know, is there any other question perhaps before we close? Tate Khama says, yes, SEC could not allow CRU to be STO because it was already on sale. Yes, hence changing WCRU for SEC registration. Yes, that's correct. That is absolutely correct, because it was already dented. The image was dented, so they couldn't accept something that's already dented. I mean, even a cryptocurrency that's got bad influence on CoinMarketCap, they will delist it. I have experience of those cryptocurrencies. I've been exposed to them before. So we will have a good community raving about it, and then somebody goes and gives bad publicity, and it's already on CoinMarketCap, and then there's bad publicity, and then they start putting those warning signs and blah, blah, blah. And then it's gone. Poof, out the window. Then our investment is gone. So we don't want that. All right. Are you happy, Leader Veron? And thanks for joining us today. When are we doing our own online training with you?
No, I'm okay. No problem. I didn't have much problem. In fact, I just want to put my point of view and where we can push more, where we lack strength. Business is a sensitive thing. You need to focus where the people are weak and try to push so you can build a strong network. So to do that, really, you will have to work hard behind the scene. So I'm quite excited. I don't have much questions because you already addressed other things. Let's just push and see what is coming out. I'm still positive. I don't have a problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And spoken like a true networker. I have a lot of people like him in my own team that want tangible things. So I'm hoping for the best, and we will push. You and I, Leader Zamo, Leader Veron, Leader Dombi and Snalo, and all the leadership council people, let's talk to the company. Let's not be afraid. You saw me, I was speaking to Mila yesterday. I just unmuted my mic and I started speaking. I wasn't afraid to voice my opinion. So we need to do that often, because sometimes when you type the questions on the chats, they are not read because there's too many people on the call. So sometimes you need to have that courage to speak up, don't be afraid. They will listen to you and they will certainly take whatever that you're having into account so that they can address and help a lot of people, because some people are not as strong as you, they're not strong as me, they are waiting for the people to speak and then they are able to get the answers that they want. Okay.
Sharp, my leader, bye-bye. I
Thank
just
you.
want to do something else. Bye-bye.
Thank you, my leader. Zamo,
Thank you so much.
wanna say something in closing?
No. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, leaders. Thank you all. We'll see you on Monday, 12 p.m.
Thank you for the insights. Thank you for the insights. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, leaders.
Thank you,
Bye.
leaders. Thank you, everyone. Bye.